here today. We're talking about how to find peace. So this is just something I want to talk about with you guys. Since I've done like a real talk and I know it's like a lot of views. So yeah, notice that. I feel like it's hard to find peace because it's like there's so many things and everything like that can ruin it. But my first thing would be to accept who you are, because and it's hard for me every day to do it, but when you accept yourself and for who you are, you also have to accept that some people are not gonna like you, some things are not gonna work out, and some have really bad anger issues. Like, I'm a person who, it takes me a long time to get angry, and like I build that up, and I'm numb. I don't like feeling things because it's just something I don't like, and I'm working on it. So always work in progress in therapy, and my therapist says let me feel. But ever since I was a kid, I'm just shut down and be like, no, never mind. And then when things started to happen as I got older, I just held everything in. And then when you finally not crumble, but when everything finally gets you angry enough to burst out, that's what happened to me. And if you can relate, let me know. And then I realized, I was like, I need to go see somebody because that's not normal. And I have anger from my dad and just relationships I go through, because even though things may seem perfect in my life, not everything is perfect. I don't show everything because I have anxiety and high functioning depression. But I had anger in me, like, and I still have anger, but it can't come out because now I'm learning to address things. And sometimes I don't always address things the first time or second time, but you eventually have to address with people and just let people know that they hurt you. And I still have outbursts of my reaction, and when I did, I was the person in the wrong. And it was the way I handled it. I was not wrong for how I was feeling, because I was got my feelings and validated by people. It's just how you show and react, because people want you to have grace with how you respond, and people want to control how you respond, but you can't control how anybody responds. So it's not your choice to be like, oh, you should react this way, because everybody is different, and that's what people don't understand. So now I don't give anything, like, things do bother me, but I journal because the therapist says journaling always helps. You can either journal or I do video, because that's helpful in my life, because sometimes you don't write down, but sometimes if you video it, it helps, which helps me. Everybody has different ways. Some people, when they want to let go of things, they also break plates and write on it, which I want to try also. So yeah, another thing is, you may not like how people may see you in a story, you could as the villain or this bad guy, but you just have to let that be, because guess what? I feel like if you know who you are as a person, you should not let nobody else determine that, because people get different versions of you, and you won't be the same person always. You can always change and grow and do better. It's not that you can, it's just some people don't want to see the change, but also some people want to trigger you, and then to try to test you and trigger you into that person you were being, and you're not the same person. Exactly, like, you're not the same person. And for me, I just be like, okay, move on. One thing I heard was, don't take anything personal, because, like, sure you can, but it don't help your emotions. Like, I feel like for me, if you take things personal, it has more layers of emotion. And yes, people be doing things and do be like taking it personally, but it's like, that's the thing. If like you can have feelings and stuff, you should, but also I feel like I'm related to people when I said don't take it personal, but it's like, for me, if you take everything personal, you feel less bad about it, because it's like people have spread rumors about me, said a lot of things. I'm the villain in their story, and I could be the villain, because you know why? I know the truth, they know the truth, and if they want to have a different version of it, which they can, because everybody has different perspectives, that's okay and that's fine. But ultimately, I don't care, because guess what? I know what happened, and people don't realize that that how is this? That it's different perspectives to every story. But also it's just like, you people go talk about you, laugh at you, and guess what? I would think they're miserable, which I don't want to hope so. But also, it's just how people are. Because in high school, when I was in high school, of course, my classmates, they used to laugh at me because I used to watch my own YouTube videos in class on my iPad and like on my computer, and I didn't really pay attention because I'm in Diamond Land, which I'm always in, you know, if I'm not studying working harder, of course. But they was laughing at me, and I didn't care because at the end of the day, I'm being me. And when you have time to worry about somebody else, you have way too much time in here if I think about it. Because honestly, I don't care what other people do. If I see something, I'm still like, oh, and walk past it and mind my business. If you don't want to mind the business that don't pay you, you could do that, boo. That's you. That's not me. Like, I see things every day and I'm saying nothing because that's not my business. And I also feel like people's lives are people's lives. You don't know everything. You don't see everything that goes behind it. So people don't know if they're adding to trauma or if they're doing this or that. And the people don't care because that's their character. They're just mean people. They're miserable. And guess what? Misery loves company. And I don't want misery being in my life. I am not a happy person. But I also strive to be happy a little bit because it's just something I was not felt. But I have moments, but people don't get that. They can add to it, they can do something, and people don't realize that, and they don't care. So for me, it's like people could laugh and stuff, but at the end of the day, I know who I am. And people could talk about my character all they want, but no matter what, let me tell you something. Your character will always show what you do, how you act, in your actions, because words are important, but your actions show the word the words you're saying. So if you don't follow up to that, which I have done, it's okay, but you're gonna have to start doing that and discipline yourself, because it's hard to stand on your word for some people. You know, it's hard for some, because some people are people pleasers, and I'm not, because I don't really care what people think or what you think. Even I do, but I really don't. And it's like, people don't understand that I'm not here to please nobody. I'm here to be myself. Not everybody's gonna like you. Everybody's gonna have a reason to just not like you. And people will want to start drama or fake things because that's what helps. No, and that's not what helps me, because I don't care. You know, like I don't like feelings drama. But it's like, people, misery loves company. It really does, and it could be anybody. And it's like you can see people face value. They can have the nicest clothes, jewelry, but they're not happy. Like, you know how Drake said, he was like, he said that, what was it on? Where he was like, she looked like Sterling Cameron. And also, I know a girl who went to Rome and only posted pictures. They're like, people, just because you see people with designer and certain stuff, that doesn't mean it's always happy home. Everything is not perfect, and that's what people don't fail to realize. Everything is not always goody in people's world. They could have the designer, but at what cost, you know? Because not everything will always be perfect. Like, people could think, yeah, they must have this and that, but they probably don't. It's all an illusion to things and how you see in your perspective, and everybody has different perspectives. Fourth thing is, I just have to let people disrupt my peace, because this is the thing. What people don't need in general is, if somebody can get you angry and upset and get you to act out, that means they have power over you and control. And you should not let nobody have power over you and control, because that means whenever you see them, you're always gonna have that same hatred and whatever for them, and it's never gonna change. Which I'm not saying, you know, it's a bad thing, but it's like, now when I don't mess with people, I don't talk to people. And if I need to be cordial, hi, hello, well, just, you don't have to, you can, like, if it needs to be cordial for the person, be cordial and keep on pushing. You don't have to be disrespectful, just keep on going. Because act like people are not there. One thing about me, you're not going to disrespect me and think it's okay to act like we're sunshine and rainbows. No, babes, I don't do that, you know? So it's like, people don't get that. And it's like, I could be cordial, I don't say anything, I can respect your presence, but I don't have to see it. And you're not there to me, you know why? Because you're just not. But it's some self-control for you, because nobody should get you that upset ever. Which I know people will get you upset and annoyed, but nobody should get you that out of character, because some people, things just take them off, and I get that. But also, if you let people have power over you, they're always gonna have that power, and every time you see them, so it's gonna be a pop off, and eventually you don't want a peace in your life. You know, you don't want that same thing, because as you grow up, you want to unlearn, you want to be better, and you want to grow, and you can always have the chance to do that. No matter what you really think, you can always do that, because it's always a new day to make a decision, you know. And that's the good part, you know. It may be hard to make certain decisions, but definitely it's worth it, because peace is good. Because when you are at peace, you don't care. You do probably care about what people say, but not care to defend yourself. Because I feel like when I was young, I still have a wall up with people, but I always felt like I had to defend myself. And it's like, I'm tired of defending myself. You know why? Because I know who I am. I'm a good person. I don't have to prove nothing to nobody, because guess what? When people say you need to prove yourself, I don't feel like it, because I don't feel like I have to prove myself to people, because I know who I am. And it's like, when you seek validation or that stuff, it's like you want somebody to prove it, and that's because you didn't get somebody else's, which just happens. But the hard part is just knowing, no, you don't need, you have it, you got it. Like, I'm this chick, I got this. I don't need to worry about somebody's opinion, because everybody will always have opinions. You can go on the internet, you find many of opinions in the sharing comments, which I block the sharing. I can still search them up, but I don't follow them, because that's just too much. Like, not saying they're negative, but it's just like, you want to follow things on social media that's also positive, thoughtful for you, because some things are just not, you know. And I just say, for peace, if you want peace, you have to really work for, like, you don't have to work for it, but you have to, like, let go of certain things. Be more calm also, because if you have a calm demeanor when people are upset, it ticks them off, because it's like, why is this person angry? And it makes people more angry, and it realizes, and they will get out of character, which is still isn't better, but everybody has their own lesson to learn, which I feel like you don't get out of character, because guess what? It don't matter. Like, people can say whatever about me. I'm not getting out of character, you know why? Because I know who I am. You can think that, but you don't know me, you know? Like, there's many sides to me and layers that people don't get, you know. And I feel like people's energy, you know, see how people are, because it's like, some people you gonna click with, some people you're not, and that's okay. It's not beef, you just don't click with them, you know, and it's nothing wrong with that. But some people don't give things a chance to happen, so, you know. And also feel like it's hard to find peace, because this world is so chaotic, which I hope everybody finds peace, you know, and peace of mind, because mental health is so important, guys. I say this, you know, like, I hope everybody can, but peace, you just gotta let things go. Like, just act if you want to, of course, because everybody got different life decisions. But I'm just not one to feel like I need to defend myself, because it's nothing to defend. Your actions show it. If you, like, people can say that you're this mean person, but if you have these nice actions that holds doors, or outgoing, always helps people, nobody's word can say that, because then people gonna look at them like, what are you talking about? This person's nice, they didn't do nothing. And people gonna be like, wow, oh, so you lied, so you see, you know. But thank you, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found a peace of mind. If you want some more advice, let me know. Bye.